I just passed my ACE personal training exam, and in this video I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about your exam, including how to pass your exam, how difficult it is, how many questions does it have, what's the ACE passing score, how much does it cost, how long does it take to study and pass your test, and some other questions. Now the first question is, how long did I spend studying for my exam? So for me it took 6 months to get ready, 5 months to study the main book, and 1 month to do practice test. I studied 3 days a week for at least 2 hours and I passed my test in 6 months. So the answer to this question really depends on your personality and lifestyle. If you're aiming to pass your exam in 6 months, you need to study at least 6 hours every week. I did 2 hours 3 days a week. You can do 1 hour every day. You should really see what works best for you. How many questions are in the ACE exam and how long it is? Now the exam has 150 multiple choice questions and you're going to have 3 hours to complete them, which means 2 minutes for every single question. Now if English is not your first language, you can email ACE and ask them to give you an extra 1 hour and 30 minutes, which means you're going to have 4 hours and 30 minutes to complete your exam. I personally emailed them and asked them to give me that extra time, and they gave me 4 hours and a half, but for me it took just 3 hours to finish my test, so I would say 3 hours was fine. So the next question is, what score do I need to pass the ACE exam? As I mentioned, there are 150 questions on the exam. 25 of them are sample questions and won't be graded, and out of that 125 graded questions, you need to answer approximately 90 questions correctly. This means the passing score is 500 from 800. So if you get a score of 450, you fail, and if you get a score of 550, you pass your exam. The next question is, should I take my exam online at home or in person? And I personally prefer it at home because it's way more comfortable. Since the beginning of the pandemic, ACE started offering online exams for the first time ever, and they work with Scantron and I think Examity to monitor you during your exam. So the step-by-step process was, they emailed me a link with a username and password, and I logged in and waited for the person to do the monitoring. There was a guy, first he explained me the rules and I had to confirm all of the rules one by one. There are some general rules. Your table must be clean and there shouldn't be any camera, mobile phone, and no second monitor, and the guy reads all of the rules, and after you confirm them, he asks you to rotate your webcam or your laptop 360 and show your room to make sure there is no one else in the room with you. So when your exam is done and you see your score, you simply call the guy's name. He's having access to your webcam and microphone all the time. He asks you to open your task manager to make sure you didn't open any other tabs during the test, and from there you're good to go. The next question is, how much does the ACE exam cost? There is this basic package which you have access to ACE University, ACE Certification exam, which is available to take from home, 1 practice test, digital textbooks, and the digital study companion. Now the second one is the plus plan and has the access to ACE University Certification exam, 2 practice tests, digital and hard copy of your textbooks, and digital and hard copy of your study companion. They only offer free shipping in the US, and if you're living in other countries like Canada, you need to pay an extra fee for the shipping as well. The third and last package is Advantage package and includes ACE University Certification exam, 4 practice tests, digital hard copy and audiobook of the textbooks, and a study companion, ACE answers, which have live Q&A webinars, study groups, exercise science, and a team. I personally prefer the basic plan because I like the digital book and I don't need the other options. Now if you're planning to buy a package, make sure to check out the promotions on special days like Christmas or Boxing Day, because they offer huge discounts on those special days. I personally bought the basic plan at 424 US dollars or 555 Canadian dollars. If you check out their website, they offer different promotions once every 2 to 3 months. How much does it cost to retake the ACE exam? Now if you fail the exam on your first try, you need to pay a retake fee of 200 US dollars. This is why it's very important to pass your first time, as it can get very expensive if you keep on failing. Now let's talk about the ACE exam breakdown. The ACE exam is broken down into 4 different domains, and each domain has a certain percentage of total questions. I'm going to break down what each domain is and the number of questions from each domain. So the first domain is about the the interviews and assessments, which has 35 questions and includes 31% of your exam. The second domain is about program design and implementation and includes 33% of your exam. The third domain is about program progression and modifications and includes 19% of your exam. And finally, domain number 4 is about the professional conduct, safety and risk management, and it includes 17% of your exam. The next question is about the requirements for the ACE exam, and you should be at least 18 years old to take the exam, and you have to have a valid CPR AED certification from an approved course provider. I got mine in a few hours from the National Safety Council or nsc.org. You can take an online course which costed me I think less than $20 US, which is very cheap. So it was a full breakdown on the ACE personal training exam. Make sure to get the 300 plus practice questions down in the descriptions. There are I think 6 practice tests, each 50 questions. Make sure to take each of them at least 2 to 3 times before you give your main exam a try. Good luck on your exam. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.